In this video, we are going to be talking about the lies and hypocrisies within Islam that makes it grow. The first one we want to consider is the phenomenon of Taqiyya. Taqiyya is the doctrine that allows Muslims to lie. For example, if you Google the 3 lies allowed in Islam, you're going to find that Taqiyya is one for self-preservation and also for self-advancement. So Islam or Muslims can lie to further the causes of Allah. The second lie and hypocrisy has to do with apostasy laws. Apostasy laws is when you leave Islam, you're allowed to be killed. Many Muslims today will tell you it doesn't apply, there's no compulsion in Islam. But the very thing you see outside in the world, people applying this apostasy law. Now ask yourself, what did Muhammad himself do when the disbelievers were brought to him? And he had many disbelievers killed. In the Quran, you're going to find that in Quran chapter 4, verse 89, and Sahih Bukhari chapter 52, verse 260. The third hypocrisy of Islam is in false conversions. Islam will tell you that there is no compulsion in religion. You don't have to. But there are places where, for example, one time I was traveling through Mali, and because my name was not Islamic, there were tolls I had to pay different from those who were carrying Islamic names. So directly and indirectly, there are ways that Muslims will force you to convert. Number 4 is the silence on the failures of Muhammad. You will never hear any Muslim talking to you about the rates of Muhammad, the child marriage, the polygamy, the slaves that Muhammad had, all the weaknesses of Muhammad are silenced by Muslims throughout the whole world. When we can talk about David and Moses and talk about their weaknesses, a Muslim will never talk about Muhammad, not in a bad light, even though it's real in the Quran. It's clear that he had numerous moral failures. The fifth hypocrisy of Islam is in the weaknesses of the mistakes and weaknesses in the Quran. Now, every Muslim will tell you that the Quran is preserved 100%, but there are actually different types of Qurans. Washed Quran, or which of the Qurans are we talking about? What about the inconsistencies in the Quran in the number of days creation was done? Is it 7 days, 6 days, or 8 days? Is the earth flat? There are scientific numerical errors in the Quran that Muslims will never talk to you about. They will always tell you, oh, the Quran is perfect, preserved, perfect. But the question is, which of the Qurans? The C's hypocrisy has to do with anti-conversion laws. There are Muslim countries where you go and you are not allowed to convert somebody from Islam to Christianity. Even though Europe and America is so loose to allow Islam to foster. But you cannot go to Bahrain or Saudi Arabia to go and say you are going to convert, or Afghanistan. No, they won't. Iran, they will not allow you. So they have anti-conversion laws to preserve their numbers. Now, we want to go to the 7th way. The 7th lie is convincing the world to believe that Muhammad is from Abraham. Even though there's no archaeological, there's no Quranic, Hadithic reference to that. Convincing the world that the Quran has something to do with the Bible and Allah is the same as Yahweh. Such an unfortunate thing to have happened to the world. The 8th thing that Islam does is in Jihad. Now, what you see Boko Haram doing, what you see Islamia, what you see what's the name of Al Jazeera, ISIS, and all the hundreds of terrorist groups around the globe is jihad. It is the Quran that allows them. It's the life of the Prophet that allows them to do so. And jihad. One time I heard when Rashdai published the Satanic Verses, a Khomeini of Iran issued a fatwa for him to be killed. So you see, death is easy for them. Allah allows death. And that is one of the hypocrisies of Islam. And then the ninth way they deceive the world is through marital concessions. They can marry a non-believer, but you, a non-believer, they will not allow you to marry a Muslim. And then finally, the 10th way is polygamy. Polygamy is a tool they use to grow and advance. Number 11 is multiple births. One Muslim, they give birth, they go to a system where the social basket is good, they give birth, they fall on the government assistance programs. Then number 12 is in the Ummah, that fights for the causes of Muslims across the globe. And then number 13 is in Islamic outreach. There's no Quran verse that tells people to go around and evangelize, unlike you have in the book of Matthew chapter 28. And yet Muslims go around preaching to people to come and embrace their faith. There are 14, and the most important one that we must all remember is that Muslims demand equal rights wherever they go, but they never give you the same rights. When you are in an Islamic country, you won't go to Sharia-dominated Nigeria and go and ask for equal rights. No, it is either the Sharia or nothing. You go to Sudan, you go to Somalia, Saudi Arabia, you go to everywhere Muslims are, it is either Islam or nothing else. May God help us to see their lies and weaknesses and also brace for our greater good. God bless you. Shalom.